What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. The market is all over the place. We're seeing some stocks like Zoom get absolutely destroyed. A lot of growth stocks are selling off, and at the same time, we are seeing value stocks like Walmart and Coca-Cola, and even like Procter and Gamble explode up to the upside. So, all in all, the market's pretty whack right now. But in this video, we're going to cover what stocks are actually moving, and then some important news to know. So, with that being said, make sure to stick around to the end of the video and let us know what stocks you are watching in the comments down below, and we'll probably cover them in tomorrow's video. But Tom, let's get right into it.
Yeah, it's definitely been crazy. Today, at the beginning of the day, the market rocketed up, then we moved down, and then at the end of the day, we ended up coming right back up, and we ended up closing green up 0.13%. But there's actually going to be a lot of key inflation data getting released tomorrow, and this is actually coming as the US dollar is on the uptrend. We can see that the dollar here on the daily chart is starting to really get up there in price, and we're actually seeing some metals like gold actually starting to fall. But this inflation data is going to be very important. I actually have the economic calendar from investing.com pulled up right here for you guys, and we can go ahead and see that tomorrow morning there's going to be a bunch of data. They're actually dumping it all tomorrow because of the shortened week. Of course, there's going to be no trading on Thursday and then a half a day of trading on Friday. So that's why they're dumping all this tomorrow. But you can see that core PCE prices are coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's a huge key point that the Fed uses to gauge inflation. So definitely look for that. That's going to play a lot in what's going on tomorrow. And then, of course, there's going to be some jobless claims and different stuff like that. But later on, we also have the Fed meetings minutes, which is going to kind of go over what they talked about in their last FOMC meeting. So that's going to be very interesting to see tomorrow as well. And we might get to see some insight on how they're going to combat this inflation.
There we go. So, when inflation is rising and rates are rising, a lot of times it really hurts the companies that are set to grow a lot in the future. So that's why we're seeing a lot of high growth stocks sell off big time, like DraftKings or Palantir or Corsair or AI or just things like that. Basically, all of the growth stocks are selling off big time, and we're starting to see a lot of money flow into value stocks that are making money right now, like Walmart or Coca-Cola or even Procter and Gamble. So just so you know, like when rates are rising and when investors are scared about high inflation, a lot of times the more established companies, like I said, like Coca-Cola and Walmart, tend to do better relative to like the companies that are set to grow a lot in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And we can see that over the past couple of days, like Coca-Cola and some of these other value stocks are starting to go on the uptrend. It's nice to see. And as we can see on the daily chart, Coca-Cola is kind of holding its ground. And hopefully we see it start to go up as long as the value stocks are down, because, we'd like to see something moving. Today was a pretty boring day, I'd say, Mike. There wasn't too much going on. ABBV had some pretty good movement to the upside. We can see that they ended up moving pretty well, but overall, it was pretty slow. Some banks did well. As Powell was reinstated, the banks have been kind of popping up the past couple of days. So those did pretty well. But other than that, the market was pretty much unchanged today. And besides the value stocks, most of the tech stocks were actually red. We actually have NVIDIA in the red. AMD was red today, down 1.7%. And then, like you said, the bigger growth stocks and even some of these stocks like Enphase, unfortunately, were down.
Yeah, so like you said, it was a pretty boring day. I guess you could say the most notable stock was actually Zoom, which finished down nearly 15% after reporting pretty good earnings. They beat their EPS, and then the revenue was pretty good, and they even had a good outlook, and they still fell by 15%. So that just goes to show you that we're in a crazy market, and earnings are definitely pretty whack sometimes. But all in all, I still like them for the long term. And Tom, I remember when we were recording yesterday's video, Zoom was actually up, but it just turned over big time.
Yeah, it was. Whenever we were recording it, Zoom was up there around $260 or so. And then it just ended up coming right back down, like right after we were done recording. So it actually opened up this morning down so much that it honestly blew my mind. I could not believe that Zoom fell under $200 today. That was almost like a 50-point move from the opening of yesterday. So what a crazy move Zoom's had. And whenever we look at this on the daily, Mike, they had a huge gap to the downside. And I'm seeing a huge support down here right around $200 even, where we confirmed off of a long time ago. So hopefully Zoom can hold some of these supports coming up and then maybe go back on the uptrend. But man, it's definitely not looking good. That was a huge gap to the downside. And, like you said, people are starting to really talk about Zoom lately. And hopefully we start to see people buy up some shares.
You know it. So let's get right into the momentum plays and then the member of the day. With the first momentum play, we have Starbucks to the upside.
Yeah, with S Bucks, go ahead and make them pass up above $114 even. I think that's going to be a good resistance.
Sounds good. With the next one, we have RUN to the downside.
Yep, RUN, go ahead and make them fall below $49 even.
All right. And then with the next one, we have AMD also to the downside.
Yeah, AMD was awesome. Go ahead and make them fall below 145.20.
You know it's we are watching Starbucks for a potential day trade to the upside tomorrow, only if it breaks above the level Tom listed. And we are watching RUN and AMD for potential day trades to the downside tomorrow, only if they break below the level Tom listed. And let's definitely showcase this hybrid bot play from today. We can see the hybrid bot called out AMD 148 strike puts at $271 each. It ran all the way up to $430 each within like a couple hours or so. So that was just under a 60% pop. If you want to trade with this bot every single day, definitely check out the first link in the description and the comments down below. We have a coupon running. You can cancel at any time. Daily option swing trades, day trades, access to a bunch of other custom bots in a great community is all included. Like I said, we have a coupon running and the bot's been doing pretty well lately. So definitely check it out. And then let's shout out our member of the day, which is Ben M. So huge shout out, Ben. Thanks for being a great member of the Discord. We really appreciate all of your positivity within the Discord and then all of your support on YouTube. So awesome stuff. And let's get right into these comments from the previous video. We have Ritos saying Disney and DraftKings look like they're ready to reverse and bounce up. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, they've been looking pretty tough lately, but I'm definitely eagerly waiting that bounce back up.
Yeah, me too. And the good news is that both of them seem to be around some pretty big supports. Disney's getting really close to that 150 support, Mike, and it looks like they almost bounced off of that today. Intraday, they actually hit 150.19. So they got within 19 cents of that. So I would say that's a bounce in my book. So if we see them start to come up, hopefully that signals that that's a pretty big support level down there. And DraftKings got pretty close to $35, actually falling below it. So hopefully they can get back up above that support. I was actually eyeing up $30 if they broke 35. So we'll have to see how DraftKings ends up moving, but I'm definitely eagerly awaiting this as well, Mike. It's just been a very bad past couple of months, and I feel like they will go on the uptrend at some point.
Yeah, and it's like all growth stocks, whether you're looking at DraftKings or Palantir or Corsair or really anything with growth, it's been looking pretty tough lately. So keep that in mind. Then with the next comment, we have Hunter saying, can't believe I didn't see GameStop once today. Was too busy watching most growth stocks get Lizzo stomped once again. Well, yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah, it's been pretty rough with these growth companies. It's just lots of selling pressure right now. So maybe if rates kind of calm down, then hopefully growth stocks can pop back up. But speaking of GameStop, Tom, they're looking pretty rough.
Yeah, they are. Today was pretty bad for them. They ended up going down 13.5%, and they pretty much went down all day long. It was a pretty bad sell-off, actually. They actually lost almost all the gains that they've had over the past couple of days. So it was definitely not good for them. And I will say they were starting to get pretty hyped up. And I think a lot of traders were looking at it and starting to almost hop in here, getting some FOMO. But then we hit that 250 resistance and came right back down. So yeah, you just have to be careful with stocks like GameStop, because even whenever they go on those explosive uptrends, like we saw for those 2 days right there, they ended up just losing all those gains today. And you just have to be really careful trading options on stocks like this.
Here we go. And then we have Dustin mentioning SOFI. So I know that one's been selling off in a pretty big way as well. Do you have any like levels on this one or anything, Tom?
Yeah, I've actually had a few levels on this one for a long time, and I will say it's to me, it's actually right at a pretty key support. I'm going to go ahead and make it a little larger here so we can all see it, but yeah, it's right here, right around the 1750 support. So you can see we've hit this 1750 level a few times in the past, and then we went down. Same thing with $18 even. So I feel like that there's a little bit of a 50-cent range right there. And I feel like we do have a chance to maybe start to go up. Now, we are on a pretty drastic downtrend, but I feel like that with bouncing at support, we might start to go up over the next couple of days. If it doesn't form and then we just break support and go down, then that'll be how it ends up playing out. But definitely look at it. I think that there's a pretty big support here at 17.50. If we break that, then I'm going to be eyeing up the next support around $16.
Sounds great. Well, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or anything you're watching for tomorrow?
Yeah, I actually wanted to bring this up really quick. There was actually some pretty cool things that came out with crude oil today. And apparently, the United States banded together with a few other countries today to try to go ahead and bring down the price of gasoline and the price of oil. And as we can see, it actually did not help. If we go look at the price of crude oil today, it popped up. But, the US and some countries like Korea, China, and India are going to be releasing some of their oil stockpiles onto the market to try to flood it and bring the prices down a little bit. So hopefully we see that happen over the next couple of months, and maybe the price of gas will start to come down. But I just wanted to throw that out there because these oil stocks might take a hit over the next couple of months as the price of oil starts to fall, or if it starts to fall.
There we go. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Definitely check out the first link in the description and the comments down below if you are an options trader. Daily option swing trades, day trades, and access to a great community. You can cancel at any time, and we have a coupon running. If you like our content, make sure to subscribe. Other than that, thanks for watching.